So now we could clean all the parts, including the base assembly. I use a shear light for the cleaning solution. So first is I'm going to clean this part here. Then I will use a carburetor cleaner to clean the nozzle. Okay, the next part, I'm going to clean the body. So there's some gasket remnants that's left in here. So I'm going to wire brush this one. So I'm testing the check valve. When I spray this one here, the carburetor cleaner should go through. Yeah, that's fine. And when testing on the other side, shouldn't go through, or it should block the carburetor from going through. Yeah, that's perfect. So it's still working. So I'm going to take the mesh so we can clean this one. So make sure you don't blow with compressed air on this part here. That will damage the check valve. So be aware of doing that. So we have some corrosion on the shiny part on the fuel pump diaphragm side. I'm going to sand this one. I have 2400 grits of sandpaper. Just slightly remove some of the corrosion. So I'm using a T strainer to clean some of the small parts, especially the screws. So I'm going to clean the metering spring. Make sure that you don't lose this one because there's no replacement for this. So this one here and the throttle body. So we clean this one. So we can clean the main jet. So we can use this one to clean the main jet. So we can clean this tiny metering lever, the needle valve, and the metering pin. But you don't have to if you already have the kit because it comes with the kit as well. And same thing with the mesh. So if you want to clean the mesh, just slightly brush the mesh. use a carpet cleaner. So you don't have to clean this one if you already have the if you have purchased the kit, because it comes with the kit as well. So the last part is the metering cover. So it's time for assembly. So we have this full rebuild kit. So this full rebuild kit comes with all the different parts, multiple different diaphragms and gaskets, and we only need four of them. One diaphragm for two diaphragms for metering and the pump, and also two gaskets for the metering and pump. So we'll choose the right parts that we need. So this is the old one, so we'll try to find the match. Okay, so that one, this one here, nothing similar in this kit, but this one is the we could use this one as well instead. So that one, so this is the fuel pump diaphragm. So we'll get the right fuel pump diaphragm. So that's the one, and the metering diaphragm, which is this one here. So we have here is the main jet o-ring. So we also need to replace that one. So this is the new main jet o-ring, and we need the mesh, we need the metering lever, we need the needle bulb and the pin. So some of the carburetors also needs this one, but in our case we have this old manifold gasket. We use this one. So we're going to install the main jet first. So we have the main jet. So you have to place the o-ring on top of the main jet and push it in. Apply a little bit of oil on the o-ring. Now we could place the main jet and push it in. Okay, so that's ready. Next is we're going to install the metering parts. So we have the metering lever. We need to use the original spring, pin, and needle valve. So just place the needle valve first, or whichever you're convenient. So the spring, so we have, you see that there is like a dent, round dent on that lines up on the spring. While grabbing the needle valve, and then you hold it. So while holding it, just place the screw. To adjust the height, you need this particular gauge, or the Walbro metering gauge. So it says here, because this is WYL, so you find where it's a marking of WYL. So WYL is here. And so this part here, this side here, needs to be used for uh, alignment or testing. So with the replacement metering lever, it's a little bit low, so I need to adjust this one as well. So wedge this one up and test it again. Still a little bit low. And this is now too high. It hits the bottom part of the gauge. So what you're going to do is you need to hold this part here on the needle valve and push the end of the lever down, and test it again. Okay, that's perfect. Just touching a little bit, but it doesn't hit. Okay, so now we're going to install the mesh. So this is the new one. So use any tools to push this one in. Okay, so that's done. Next is I'm going to install the fuel pump diaphragm and gasket. So I'm going to install the gasket first. You line up like that. Install the gasket, then the diaphragm. So the diaphragm should face towards the shiny part of this assembly. So you place like this, and we're going to install the this metering gasket first. So to install the metering gasket, install that one, this side here, and then the metering diaphragm. So the metering diaphragm facing downwards, where the rivet should hit or face towards the metering lever. Next is I'm going to place the cover. So it doesn't matter where this vent hole is facing, this way or that way. Put all the screws. Partially screw it. Then we have to manually tighten this one. Then the final part is the throttle body. So the next part is the installing the throttle. If you experience the throttle doesn't comes back like that, get stuck, so just use the white or this lithium grease. So just lubricate this one with the lithium grease. And also there is this part here. Lithium grease is really good for plastic. So if the lithium grease will be dissolved with the petrol later on and you develop the same problem, then use a normal grease. Or the worst case is you need to replace the throttle assembly. If you want to replace the throttle assembly, we have this throttle assembly available on our website if you need to replace with a new one. So now we have to reset this part here. So this will lines up in between this screw, in the middle of the screw. So to do that is I need to tighten this idle screw until we get the lines up. Okay, it's all good. For demonstration purpose for this repair, I only use this particular gasket, but it's best to use a larger size gasket. So all you need to do is cut the gasket into size, because this is very important for the larger gasket to insulate the heat from the engine towards the carburetor. So with the smaller gasket, it's not really ideal, but we can use this one. This gasket is a high quality neutral fiber gasket, which is available in our website. You can also purchase this one, use this one, and just I have video demonstrate how to create your own gasket. Just one of the video I demonstrate on the Ryobi rebuild. So just use this template or the reference to create your own gasket. So with the fuel line, we have this old fuel line here. So we have a new fuel line to use, and this is also available in our website. So if you want to use a new fuel line, you could purchase this one as well. So I just cleaned the fuel tank. So we have here, we work on the fuel line and the fuel line kit. This is a fuel line kit that we have. And unfortunately, I don't have the original fuel cap for this one. So I use a replacement fuel cap, and this fuel cap doesn't have a vent. So the original fuel cap has a vent. So the problem with without the vent, it creates a vacuum and it will stop fuel from going through the carburetor. And also the fuel kit that we have doesn't have a vent. So I could use the fuel cap without the vent, but I have to change the grommet with a 3-hole grommet, and then I will add extra vent which going to the 3rd hole. So eventually it will go into the 3rd hole here. So this two here, this 2 fuel line will go into these 2 holes here. So I'm going to do that. If you have a similar unit which you don't have the fuel cap or damaged fuel cap which you need to replace, we don't have the original fuel cap, but you could purchase this fuel cap, but also you need to change your fuel system with the vent with this one. So we have this complete fuel system with a modified fuel system. So this fuel pump here will go into the back of the starter. Which one in here? This one here. So we'll assemble the unit. So I will install the fuel pump. Okay, it's all done. So the longer nozzle is on the bottom side, the shorter one is on the top. So the fuel tank, so this one goes to the carburetor and this one goes to the longer nozzle of the fuel pump. Now I'm going to install the front of the engine, front cover. So this one goes to the back of the top of the carburetor. So this is the return line, goes in here. So we may need to adjust this fuel line, so to prevent a kink. And also this one, push this one down. So we place the gasket. So the carburetor is positioned here. So there's a fuel line, carburetor fuel line is a bit too long, so we need to cut this fuel line. So at least 3 centimeter, cut by 3 centimeter. So the one goes to the fuel pump. So we will reroute this fuel line on the bottom side. Sorry, we need to route this cable through here at the bottom and these two on the left side. Now we need to get the throttle cable because it comes off. Okay. Here we have new replacement air filter. It's suitable for this model. So we also have this one available on our website. Finally, we assemble the unit. So let's test it. Okay, so let's put in a choke on position and let's prime. Perfect. So all working. Thanks for watching our small engine tutorial. And finally, we fixed the Dolmar LT-250. Um, if you want to watch the first video, it's on Vtech 4 and that was posted 4 years ago. And finally, thanks for the one who asked me and to do the part of this video. And I was not expecting that we able to fix the unit. I lost hope, so that's why it's sitting there for 4 years. And yes, we finally fixed it. And thanks for watching. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you have any questions, and see you next time. And bye for now.